right now, my goal is to clear around 500k payouts. And the first 2.5 years, I know I wasn't able to trade legally, which you have to be 18 for. So I was just like, okay, well, instead of going the unethical route, I would go through the ethical route, learn trading, learn with the ins and outs, learn a simple strategy, and just continue from there. For example, I used to trade support and resistance breakouts, like in 2024. Coming into 2025, I knew that didn't work. Like literally half of Q2, I was just losing and losing and losing.
It takes that level of dedication and failure and sometimes 2 or 3 years of zero results,
Exactly.
Hours of work every single day for that eureka moment. There is no such thing as fast money.
And that's what I did. I just stuck, praying 5 times a day, not stressing about it, saying Alhamdulillah, being grateful to God, to thank I'm even here. And yeah, I think that's what allowed me to, be very patient through this journey. Because I know a lot of people that, they start for 6 months, right? And then right off, because their strategy's not working, they quit.
You tried us out in the first place. What led you to
initially,
try us?
So initially was the 100% profit split with your on-demand accounts.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I was going for the 80%. I was going for the first 3-4 accounts. I was going for the 80% profit split, where you wait bi-weekly. But the thing is, like, I was feeling consistent. So I was just like, okay, I'll follow the rules with the 35% consistency rule. Don't make above a certain profit. And then just like, follow the rules so I can just get my ROI back. Because I lost around, I think it was $400 in challenges. And I made a 10x on that with my first payout. And now my second payout being 26% on a 25k. So I cleared roughly around 10k on a 25k, which I don't think has happened so far.
No, that is actually... What's the cost of a 25k? $100. $100?
Yeah,
$80?
Yeah, 100 and first it was $94, like from April to I think it was May, June, and then it started going up like 100, 115, but it was just like $10, $20.
So $100 into 10,000.
Yeah, pretty
much. Give or take.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's nice. It's like a meme coin.
It really is like a meme coin, which is crazy.
And how come you how have you ended up here? So where did this whole journey start? Because before off camera you were saying, you started trying to learn how to trade at 15. What led you to take that first step?
Initially it was just like the money side of things, and like, it's a high income skill. And I know for a fact, when I do learn a high income skill, like, the possibilities of, opening up other businesses, eventually, like, for right now, my goal is to clear around 500k payouts. And the first 2.5 years, I know I wasn't able to trade legally, which you have to be 18 for. So I was just like, okay, well, instead of going the unethical route, I would go through the ethical route, learn trading, learn with the ins and outs, learn a simple strategy, and just continue from there. But I was on and off for 2.5 years. But this last year, I've been seeing quite some, progress.
And how did that work for you as a kid? Like doing your GCSEs, you're learning, you're studying, you've probably got friends, family members around you that have got maybe a more defined career path compared to your journey. What sort of pressure did that put on you as a person?
I mean, to be honest, it didn't give much pressure because I'm in competition with nobody else but myself.
Yeah.
Like when it's the charts, like even till today, like even if I lose, I don't compare myself to other traders. They might have like, had 5-figure payouts, 6-figure payouts, whatever it might be. I'm just on my own journey where I'm on my own progress. For example, if, I don't know, a family member decided to be a doctor, fair on them. But I'll just, continue my own journey, do what I love. I mean, and balancing out GCSEs with trading, it was just like a bit where like GCSEs were more of a priority. So I hopped off trading. And then when GCSEs were over, that's when I started to fully lock in. And that's essentially what led me to like, over this past 2 years, refine my strategy and just like, excel at a progressing rate.
And okay, and how old are you now?
I'm 18 now.
You're 18?
I literally turned 18 on April 15th.
On April 15th. And then what day did you buy your first challenge?
I bought my first challenge in April 28th. So literally 2 weeks after I joined you guys. I was stuck on phase 1 for around 3 months. Blew the account, I was going for quick scalps, whatever it might be, in and out of drawdown. And then came around July where I bought accounts week after week throughout the journey. So in July, I bought 3 accounts, blown them all. And then I went to Turkey in August. Then after that, I was in another challenge with you guys, which I bought. And then that one blew in as well. September comes by is when I started uni. So I go university. And I was just like, well, do I really want to get a degree? And, you know, like, there's no possibility of getting a job like in the current market. Like it's either you're going to start your own business or you have to learn a high income skill and like, you know, excel from the average person, which I chose to do. And yeah, so, and then I passed my first phase 1 in the first day of uni.
Really?
Yep. And I passed phase 2 when I was in uni as well. When I just sat in that lecture, I'm like, the whole 3 years I have to myself to either make it or break it. Cause like, I just don't want to be a person that like, you know, doesn't like put the time, because I believe that time is the ultimate currency. You can never buy, there's one thing you can't buy back, and that's time. You can try to buy knowledge, you can buy courses from trading, whatever, blah, 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 but time is the most valuable thing in trading. And we see like these big names, like, you know, giving 3-4 years worth of dedication and eventually it pays off. And that's the way that I go about it.
And with that level of dedication, with that level of dedication, what steps did you take from over the course of the last few years? What tools, what resources did you use to help build the knowledge that you have now to be able to turn $100 into $10,000?
So I have no mentor, so I was taught by nobody. So it would just be like, for example, going on YouTube, finding different concepts essentially. And then it was just like, for example, I used to trade support and resistance breakouts like in 2024. Coming into 2025, I knew that didn't work. Like literally half of Q2, I was just losing and losing and losing. And now I don't want to get too much into my strategy, but it was just like, for example, watching TikTok videos, watching YouTube videos, and I'm starting to realize a pattern with the market. Like, and I journal my trades till this day, and it's like pattern recognition. Like you see a certain cycle within the market that, you know, you've seen this before. So you just wait for the setup to play out. And when you wait for the setup to play out, you either are in profit or you're still in a loss. Like, you know, you can never be 100% correct in the markets. It's just like, you know, because I'm a high RR trader, like I've got a 2 to 3 pip stop loss. Like sometimes I might get stopped out due to retracement, but I'm still refining my strategy to get way more precise entries. I still consider myself unprofitable, even though I still did like, you know, turn $100 into 10,000, and I've got another 4K I'm going to requesting with you guys. It's just in a sense where like I have to do that month to month basis, not just 1 month where I made 13K and, you know, second month I made nothing. It's just about being consistent with your strategy, because what a lot of people tend to do is, well, at blown accounts, they blow accounts, they start switching their strategies, and that's what really determines a trader. You either make it work or you just be lazy and say, okay, well, I don't want to put the work in, I'll just switch to a different strategy. And that's what a lot of people, I think, really have to think about, because once you stick to a strategy, because I grew my current strategy right now from support and resistance breakouts. So I reverse engineered it. So for example, I don't trade retail, but I trade a lot of external higher time frame liquidity. So I catch daily expansions, hence why my payout is so big, 26% on a 25K, which I'm not sure if it has been done before. But yeah, so the journey has been quite nice with QT, and I'm hoping to, like, you know, scale my funding, and yeah.
And for you now, like what challenges do you see in the future for you personally, expanding your trading journey? Like what new things do you need to learn? What new skills do you need to have? Because I'm assuming you're not going to stop at one account or one firm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, honestly, within my journey, it's just aggressive scaling. Like like from this pair, I'm just gonna buy like, you know, $1 million worth of challenges and try to get $1 million funding. It was potentially like, you know, 5 million, but I'm just trying to keep it slow and realistic. But I'm just delusional and I want to get like, you know, 500K in payouts. But to answer your question, Alex, I really want to just like, clear as much as I can in a good amount of time where I don't rush the process. Because I said before, I am still refining my strategy, and it does work, but sometimes I FOMO, like fear of missing out of trades, which sometimes leads me like, to have nearly breaching my daily drawdown.
Yeah.
So knowing that as a trader, I shouldn't over leverage, I shouldn't over risk. It has to be either 2 or 3 trades. And one of my close friends that, I've been talking with, he said, bro, just take 2 to 3 trades. That's it. Because the more that you go for a quick scalp, the more that you try to like, for example, I was in 9.5% drawdown on the very first account. And I remember staying up until like 3, 4 a.m. trying to recover that from drawdown. But now I know as a trader, if I just, because I trade US 30 and NASDAQ, if I just go like to myself, okay, I just wait for New York Open and wait for the daily move to happen, align it with my higher time frame buyers and external liquidity, and just go from there. Because I'll be laughing at myself from this current moment, because now I only take like 2, 3 trades a day. But over then, like my MT5 history, full of reds, like 20, 25 trades a day, risking like $50, 100. Whenever I made $100, like let's say I made 1% back,
yeah,
I'll be like, okay, well, let me risk 0.5% again and just go on quick scalping.
Yeah.
Which I now and laugh at myself, genuinely.
So would you say, like, looking back at from the start of your journey till now, on from when you were purchasing challenges, learning that quicker, earlier, faster would have helped you succeed faster, or would there be something else that would have been more beneficial?
Initially, the reason why I think so my journey was delayed like within a little bit of success is because I'm a firm believer of God. Like, I feel like everything is in due and timing. So when I was still blowing challenges, I was just like, alhamdulillah, like I was just like, completely grateful. Like, I have money to buy challenges. Like, I've done other stuff in the past, which allowed me like, to have that capital to buy challenges. And initially I wasn't stressed because I knew my time was going to come. And when you have like, for the viewers out there, like, my community, I just want to say, if you're a firm believer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then and have tawakkul, which means like, trusting in God's plan, then you'll get far in life. And that's what I did. I just stuck, praying 5 times a day, not stressing about it, saying alhamdulillah, being grateful to God, to thank I'm even here. And yeah, I think that's what allowed me to, be very patient through this journey. Because I know a lot of people that, they start for 6 months, right? And then right off, because their strategy is not working, they quit.
Yeah.
So if you have no if you don't have belief, even if you're not religious, you should still have self-belief in yourself. Because that breakthrough error, when that comes, nothing in this world is gonna stop you. Nothing. Like, for example, you started a business. Like, who would think that one of the most best prop firms in the space to now being here paying out $12 million within the first 2 years of you guys being out here? It could have went left, but you guys have self-belief. And I was looking at it as a business. Like, I treat trading as a business.
Yeah.
Like, like in a business, you're going to be losing money and you're going to be making money. But it's the way that you do it the most cost-effective way. Like, the sacrificial cost was, for me, I took the long way route without a mentor, done it all by myself. And this is where I am today.
I've always said success is on the other side of failure, and with other industries that I've been in the past, I've taken and trained salespeople and seen them go from earning £8,000 a year to 7 figures a year. It takes that level of dedication and failure, and sometimes 2 or 3 years of zero results, exactly. Hours of work every single day for that eureka moment. There is no such thing as fast money.
Exactly.
Because if you make fast money, you'll lose it just as fast.
Exactly. And this is where it comes. So I believe that, a winner is a loser that tried again. And, I was there. I was losing challenges. Like, I was in a loss streak, and then came till September into end of 2025. My first payout with you guys was 10%. Now it's at 26%, which is mad. Like, and you see, what I'm trying to tell people is, like, I'm saying this to everyone within, I don't know which camera I should be looking at, but what I'm trying to say is, okay, people say, it's okay, I tried my best and I failed. But you need to realize, if you did really try your best, would you fail? What a lot of people are trying to do is they're trying to sugarcoat their mistakes. And okay, you're gonna have mistakes in trading, business, whatever it might be, your job, but lock in 110%, not just 100%, because that extra 10% could lead to your breakthrough error. Because I was just like, well, okay, I'm losing right now. I'm not trying hard enough. So what did I do? I spent like, I don't know, like maybe 1.5, 2 years watching 1 minute candles on US 30.
Yeah.
Now I know for a fact that even if I do have a risky entry, it might not go my way, but I know I'm possible to get a second re-entry and make profit. As simple as that.
Yeah. And you know, it's that level of dedication that people don't speak about because it's not popular. You know, it's a lot more popular to be able to say, yeah, it's easy, 3 months, 6 months, you'll be profitable. But I feel like prop trading in and of itself, and this is just my opinion, feel free to shoot me down. It's almost like it's a training ground for people to move over to be able to manage their own live money, because drawdowns, risk limits, and risk controls are things that you need to have on your own live money.
Yep.
But it gives you the ability of handling that for $40, $50 cost, rather than whatever that deposit
And I completely agree with you, because the way that I was thinking is when I do get a live personal account, like I've been through the training where, okay, I know my risk management.
Yeah.
I've got my trading checklist on how much I should risk per trade. For example, first 2 trades, I might risk 1%. Okay, but you know, and then the third trade, I might risk 0.5%. What a lot of people tend to do is they get a live account, they full port CPI news.
Yeah.
What's the point? Your hard-earned money that you worked for, you're just gambling on it. And what a lot of people don't realize is there are a lot of people that aren't able to, you know, get funded accounts.
Yeah.
And, you know, even like the job market, as I said before, is very terrible. Like for you to get a job in this market is very unlikely. And, you know, those people that have money to buy challenges, some of them, they're working hard for it. Like they're grateful for even buy an account. But what they're doing is they're just blowing accounts. Oh, okay, well, let me just pass CPI news, full port. Like, you know, it's just not, I don't think it's ethical.
Yeah.
But as I said, like coming back to your point with live money, I feel like prop firms are a good training area because you're able to manage risk well, as you guys have rules for daily drawdown, max loss. Like, you know, for example, if your 6-figure funded 100K, you put 100K GBP, whatever, you're going to be risking, okay, 1%, $1,000. Whatever your risk to reward might be, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, that's still a positive return.
Yeah.
And I feel like prop firms are really the future. Like I'm expecting big things from you guys. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming down and talking of patience. You've been really, really patient. And I suppose it's only right that we get you paid out right now.
Okay.
So if you could do me a favor.
I'll send you my wallet right now.
Yeah. One's got it already. Here we go. So the payout figure is 6523. If you just bear with me 1 second whilst the wallet loads up. So is this your largest payout to date?
Yeah, so this is my second payout with you guys. So my first payout, I got 10% on the same account, and now this is a 26% payout. So I literally doubled the payout size.
Nice. And then the next one that you've got coming is
literally
going to be 20 on the dot, isn't it?
Yeah,
so pretty much.
Yeah, so
it's 5,000.
Yeah, so literally, I've got another payout that I'm going to submit today, which is after profit split, $4,000.
So there we go. That's been sent. Okay. So if you bear with it for just a minute, that will come through to you shortly. When it does come through, by the way, if you can take a screenshot of it and send it to us after, and then we'll use that. So from your experience with QT, what made you stay with us? Why us?
Why you? It's just like cause I was like, you know, with the same account says 24/7, like you know, 25K. I just felt like, well, why switch to a different firm when you're already used to, like, you know, the spreads, when you're already adjusted to the lot size? It's just like instinct. Because you know for a fact, if you stay on the same account as for a very long time, you know how much you're gonna risk, you know how much you're gonna make. So it's just like, you know, a mental imprint into your brain.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just, yeah, I mean, that's how I see it. Like, I just stayed with you guys because you were the first platform I tried out, and I wanted to see if you guys pay out. Paid me 10%, and you paid me 26%. Simple
Love
as.
that.
You follow the rules, you get paid.
Ain't that the truth?
That is the truth. Like, that is the truth.
Has that come through? It should.
Deposit will be. It's right over here.
Does that come in?
My phone is coming right there.
Would you mind showing the camera?
Yeah.
Is that okay? If you show that one.
So as you guys can see, $6,523, 26% on a 25K, done in literally under 2 weeks. So Alex,
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
Yeah. I would say I'll see you in 2 weeks' time because that's what I normally say, but you're submitting another request now. So you're probably going to be knocking on the door this afternoon, aren't you?
I mean, if you pay me out, like, you know, that's just like another 4K into my bank account. So as long as you pay me, that's more than enough for me. And if I broke any rules, I'll just run it up again. Nevertheless, minor setback, major comeback. Simple as that.
Well, I really appreciate you coming down today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to share a few insights into your experience, and wish you many more blessings
Thank you,
for the future.
Appreciate it.